Yeah, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about this Cleveland Browns organization, man. Let's talk about this franchise, man. Let's talk about what direction this franchise wants to go in. Let's talk about all the major moves Andrew Berry did in this year's draft of 2026. Also, last year's draft in 2025, trying to build an organization for the fan base, a winning organization. But this franchise is a troubled franchise. In what direction does this franchise want to go in? This franchise right now is in a standstill. I'm going to tell you why they in a standstill. You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. Well, today we got to talk about the Cleveland Browns organization. This is a troubled franchise, and I'm going to tell you the reason why right after this.
Let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your cockpits. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. We're going to talk about this Cleveland Browns organization, man. We're going to talk about this franchise, man, and what direction this franchise wants to go in. And the reason why I say, man, this is a troubled franchise is because we've seen everything that has happened last year under the reins of Kevin Stefanski and years before that. We've seen the quarterback situations. And last year, it got to a point where a lot of people were saying head coach Kevin Stefanski was sabotaging the new crop of quarterbacks that came in that was drafted in 2025 for the Cleveland Browns. Now they're going to say, K-Sap, why would you say that this is a troubled franchise? The reason being is you had a franchise quarterback at the particular time in Deshaun Watson coming from the Houston Texans, probably in the worst trade in NFL history. Got all this guaranteed money. Deshaun Watson has been hurt for the last 2 years. Now you're trying to find out what direction you want to go in. So last year, you drafted 2 quarterbacks in the draft, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And under the reins of Kevin Stefanski basically wanted his franchise quarterback to be Dylan Gabriel. A lot of people were saying that Shedeur Sanders should be the franchise quarterback. Shedeur Sanders was the much more complete collegiate player. Men lie, women lie, but stats don't. And Shedeur Sanders should have been a first-round talent, but he fell to the 5th round, 144th pick, to the Cleveland Browns. But all last year, we saw the ups and downs and the ebb and flows of this quarterback controversy that was brewing in Cleveland. Now you fast forward to 2026, and it seems like we're going down the same rabbit hole with this Cleveland Browns organization in this quarterback situation, because the only thing that Cleveland Browns media and the Cleveland Browns insiders are concerned about is this quarterback situation. And now that they have a healthy Deshaun Watson, it seems like this quarterback competition that new head coach Todd Monken has put in play has stirred up a lot of things, a lot of narratives, a lot of people getting to talking about Deshaun Watson. Now, we know what Deshaun Watson has been through in his career with the Cleveland Browns, the accusations that came forth with him, the Cleveland media and the insiders turning their back on him. But now all of a sudden they're advocating for Deshaun Watson, anything but Shedeur Sanders. And that's why I say this is a troubled franchise. The fans need answers because you need to know what your franchise is going to look like moving forward. Does it benefit the Cleveland Browns and the organization and the franchise to start Deshaun Watson as QB1? What is this saying to the rest of the guys? What is this saying to the league? What is this saying to the Cleveland Browns fan base? You start Deshaun Watson you still don't have a clear-cut answer on what direction your franchise wants to go. Because all the money that Deshaun Watson has made and all the money that people are crying about, they still got to pay him $49 million and things like that. You got to put him on the field because he's making all this money. What message are they sending? Because do you think Deshaun Watson will sign an extension with the Cleveland Browns? Do you think the Cleveland Browns would offer Deshaun Watson an extension? So what does that do for the likes of Shedeur Sanders, which a lot of people think he's a franchise quarterback, but you're not giving him the opportunity at this moment because all the narratives out there that they're pushing for Deshaun Watson. That's why the fan base needs answers. What direction are you going to go in? Now, Andrew Berry in the draft put together a nice draft, put pieces out there surrounding around the quarterback position, which everybody thought would be Shedeur Sanders because he ended the season as a starter. He was on a 2-game win streak. So that should have gave him a leg up of being, the franchise quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. But all the Cleveland media and the insiders think about is next year's draft, 2027. What quarterback are we going to draft in? So it's sending a bad message to the fan base that the Cleveland Browns organization is still in turmoil over this quarterback situation, over their quarterback. Who is going to be their future? They don't have a clear-cut answer, but a lot of people do have a clear-cut answer, and they think it's Shedeur Sanders. But a healthy Deshaun Watson coming back, trying to let everybody know that he's back, and a lot of media narratives and a lot of beat writers and a lot of insiders are basically wanting Deshaun Watson as their quarterback. But what does that say for long term? You're still going to have the same issue. And if these people are advocating to draft another quarterback in 2027, you doing Shedeur Sanders a disservice because you're not giving him an opportunity. We all know that Shedeur Sanders can play the quarterback position. As any rookie coming into the league last year, coming into this year, it's a learning curve. Give him the time to excel. But it seems like they don't want to give Shedeur that time because everything is about what quarterback is next. Anybody but Shedeur. And then you go out and draft another quarterback late in this year's draft and Tellen Green. So what message is that sending? So like I said, this is a troubled organization right now, man. This franchise and the fan base needs answers because what direction are they going in? I mean, you have to put a product out on the field that's going to sell. This new stadium is coming. The fans want to see it. And we all know that Shedeur Sanders is a culture icon. He's a movement in Cleveland. And that's what the fans want. It's time to turn the page. It's time to go in a new direction. And Deshaun Watson is not the answer right now. What benefit are you going to have by going out there playing Deshaun Watson? Okay, Deshaun Watson probably can go out there and win you a couple games, but what is that going to do for the future? Deshaun Watson is not going to be in Cleveland after this year. He might not be in Cleveland mid-season this year. So what message are they sending to the fan base on what direction that they want to go? This organization has been stumped under the Kevin Stefanski era. Now leading into the new regime, they have to turn the page. And everybody wants Todd Monken to do what's best for the team. And what's best for the team is to move forward, give Shedeur Sanders a chance. And this Deshaun Watson, project has to cease because it's sending a bad message to the Cleveland fan base on what direction they want to go. Cleveland fans deserve answers. This franchise needs to turn it around and stand on business and move forward. Deshaun Watson is not going to benefit the Cleveland Browns or the Cleveland Browns fan base by going out there being the starter. Guys, keep your eyes open, man. Keep your eyes open and clean out your ears and listen, man. This franchise is a troubled franchise right now, despite of all things that are going on that Todd Monken is saying. The Cleveland fans, they deserve answers, man. What direction is this franchise going to go in? I see everybody in the comments section. Hashtag salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.